Y'all know the name.
What's going on, guys? My name is Massinio and welcome back to Football Manager 2017. So, in our previous episode, we romped into the quarterfinals of the League Cup with a 4-0 win over Blackburn Rovers. And there's been a very, very small gap between those games because following the Blackburn game, we had Crystal Palace. And as I said in the previous episode, we were going to have a double header today of live-com games, Arsenal at home and Manchester United away. So we're going to focus first of all on the game against Crystal Palace, and it wasn't what I wanted at all. We didn't start very well. We were all over the shop, and to be honest, Crystal Palace kind of deserved the opener. Marco Rog opened the scoring again from a corner. We were terrible, and by the end of the first half, we'd had 12 shots and none on target, so that kind of gives you an idea of what we were kind of looking at. We did improve in the second half, but again, they were really hard to break down. I'm not sure why they were that hard to break down, but eventually they did get the second goal. Belushi made a very good tackle, and nobody was awake to the second ball. Zaha zipped in, bagged it bottom corner, and we lost by 2-0 against Palace, which was really disappointing, because it was important to get a result here, considering we've got back-to-back games against Arsenal, the champions, and Man United, who finished second, I think it was, last season. So getting a result here was important, because it's going to be very, very easy for this to get away from us a little bit. So the other news is that we've had a few players return from injury. First off, Lewis Schaub, where is he? There he is. He returned from injury. He came off the bench against Palace. As did where is he now? David Ferroni. He came off the bench also, so they were past fit to play. They started on the bench, they didn't start, and they came off the bench, but now they're going to be starting for the game against Arsenal. Also, Kemal Roof has returned to full training. He'll be on the bench today. Stuart Dallas is not quite there yet, so more than likely the next time we'll be seeing him will possibly be on the bench against Manchester United. But apart from that, not really been much else. Oh, there was one other thing, and I mentioned it in the last episode, that I thought Jordan Larson would get Young Player of the Month for October, and he duly did. So he beat out Anthony Martial, and I'm quite surprised actually, because 2 goals from 3 appearances from Martial, and he had a 7.50 rating compared to 7.47. DeMarco finished in third from his 3 appearances. He also got a goal in there, which was against Swansea from the penalty spot. So 2 out of 3, not bad. Mbappe, Martial, and Jordan Larson. So that could be the top 3 for the Young Player of the Year if things keep progressing the way they are. But now attention turns to the first of today's live-com games against Arsenal. So it's a home game. They're missing Semedo, and Nacho Monreal might be missing as well. We're still missing Jack Van, who wouldn't have played any part anyway. He's not ready for that yet. Pau Lopez and Stuart Dallas, they are the ones. Those two would have more than likely been on the bench had they not been injured. So yeah, it's going to be a tough one. In terms of the league, after that Crystal Palace result, we fall to 7th. But we're still in and around there. We're only 3 points off 4th, which is Spurs. Stoke having an incredible season. Man City is sort of romping away with it. They're 6 points clear. But the opponents today, Arsenal, they're not having a very good season. They're not having a very good start. They've only managed to score 10 goals, and they've conceded 8. So it's there for the taking. It's definitely there for the taking. As long as we don't come out and stink the place out like we did against Palace in the last game, I think we've definitely got a chance of getting a real result here, because while they've got one of the better defences in the league, they've been terrible going forward. And I'm quite surprised at that, because in the summer they did actually sign Diego Costa, and he's only managed 1 goal in 10 appearances though. So like I said, this is definitely, it's there for the taking, and I've named the squad with that in mind. So There are changes. Faraoni and Amoru come in, as do Xavi from the last game. Mbappe returns to his more favoured right-wing position. Schaub returns. Wood starts up front with Edouard, because Larson just I don't know what he was doing in the last game. He just really was terrible against Palace. So I've decided to pop him on the bench, and I'll give Edouard a start here. His first league start, I think it is. So that's the team. One other thing before we jump into the game, though, Jordan Larson. I've only just twigged on that he's Henrik Larsson's son. It didn't register at all. I don't know why it didn't. It just didn't register at all. Like, I remember I was going downstairs to make some food for myself. I was thinking about the Football Manager team. I was thinking, Larsson, Swedish. I wonder if he's related to Henrik Larsson. A quick check on Google, and it was confirmed to be true. Jordan Larson is Henrik Larsson's son. So, I know I'm stupid. I can't help it. Parents dropped me on the head as a child. Didn't pay attention to school. Yeah, some sort of mental deficiency. I don't know. It could be any one of those things. Could be all of them. So, yeah. Jordan Larson is Henrik Larsson's son. Yay! So, we're going to jump into the game now. And I'll see you over there. Okay, so here we are, and here are the lineups. As you already know, the bench, which I didn't mention, Peacock, Farrell, Berardi, DeMarco, Bridcut, Roof, Ricky and Larson on the bench. For Arsenal, though, Petr Cech in goal, Bellerin at right back, Gibbs at left back, Koscielny and Mustafi in the centre of defence, Ramsey, Cazorla, Mahrez, who's actually carrying an injury, so hopefully that'll make things a little bit easier for Xavi, Mesut Ozil, Alexis Sanchez and Oliver Giroud. And I'm not surprised Giroud's starting, considering how bad Diego Costa has been. So there are the teams. Leeds versus Arsenal. Let's go. Elland Road, packed to the rafters. It's a big game for us, as you would imagine. Keep doing that. And it's going to be Arsenal to get things kicked off on a rainy November afternoon in Yorkshire. Here's Mahrez, Ozil, and Hurricane makes a good tackle. Can we maybe catch him on the break? There's a ball looking for Schaub, finds him. There's a tackle, and that's the end of that. Okay, so first proper highlight with 11 minutes gone. Here's Mahrez, Giroud with a shot. He's in the bar. And it's cleared just about. Amoru makes a tackle and Mikel clears up. We got away with that one. It's going to be a throw-in now to the visitors. It's Ozil. Ramsey with the ball in. Oh my god, how the fuck did that get there? How did that get all through all that? Jesus. Let's just dissect this. So, Bellerin throws it to Ozil. And he's free. Ramsey cross comes something, and it comes off Hurricane, and then it kind of comes off Larson and Giroud, and I don't know what Silvestre is doing all the way over there. Leeds United 0, Arsenal 1. Well, we've about half hour gone now, and it's another highlight. We haven't been at the races at all. We just can't keep the ball, as evidenced there. Cheers, Hurricane. Thank you, making things so much easier. But Mikel wins it back well. Here's Mbappe. And he loses out to Gibbs. Giroud. Come on, these lot were supposed to be garbage. How are they doing this? Alexis hits the crossbar. And we're living a charmed life at the minute. So it's another highlight. Here's Giroud. Goes back to Cazorla. Ramsey. Alexis nods it on to Gibbs. Here's Alexis again. He's playing the ball around us for fun. Here's Gibbs with a cross. Comes in. Ozil 2-0. Fuck off. We've been garbage. They've had like 15 shots on goal. We're like 8 on target now. And we've had, what? 1 shot on goal. So it's been absolutely terrible. And we just pulled apart. Gibbs with a cross. Picks it out. And Ozil. Easy work, really. Leeds 0, Arsenal 2. And it's just starting to get away from us again, isn't it? So there's half time, and it's been absolutely dire. Absolutely dire. I mean, look, Veroni 6.4, 6.4, 6.4, 6.1, 6.4, 6.5. You know what? I'm not going to say anything to them. I'm not saying a word. I'm going to have a look at the instructions. I'm going to see if we get... Let's retain possession, I think. I think that might work. We'll look for the overlap instead there. And work the ball into the box. Right. So I made changes there. But I'm not going to say anything to them. They don't deserve to. They don't deserve to speak to me. Or have me speak to them. Second half. Let's see what horrors this conjures up for us. So we've got 25 minutes left. There've been no highlights. They've just been absolutely shite all over the place. So I'm going to bring Ricky on. Wood's going to come off for Larson. We'll play him as a. We'll play him in that to help Edouard a little bit. Who else? Mbappe's not been good at all. But I think I might just leave. You know, I'm going to bring Ferrani off as well. They can suffer for the next God knows how long. So I'm making 3 changes, and it's kind of warranted because we still haven't had a shot on target. We've had, I think, 3 shots all told, and not one of them on target. So Brady comes on for Ferrani, Ricky on for Schaub, and Larson on for Wood. We've got 20 minutes left. Let's see what we can do, if anything. So it's a corner with about 7 minutes left. We also got a message that Jordan Larson's picked up a bit of a knock. El Nene clears it, but here's Xavi. Come on, just give us a goal so we can just maybe find a way back in. It's Federico Ricky, and it's 2-1 with about 6 minutes to go. His 5th goal of the season, and we've now got a chance. We don't deserve it, we don't, but we've got a chance to maybe, just maybe, snatch a point here. So there's a good finish from Ricky. Keeper maybe should have done a bit better. His positioning wasn't brilliant, but I don't care. Leeds 1, Arsenal 2. And we've got a chance. A small one, but a chance. So Arsenal have another corner with about... We've got 3 minutes of added on time to come, and it's hit the bar. Again, they've hit the bar. And this will be the last kick of the game. Hurricane with a corner. Looking for Ricky, and just lump it into the box. And it's a loss. 2-1. The result wasn't ideal. They didn't play well. What fucking game were you watching? They didn't play well. They were shite. They didn't come alive until 7 minutes to go. It took us 7 minutes to have a fucking shot on... It took us, 83 minutes to have a shot on target. Play well, my arse. Shut up. That was crap. The lot of you. You bullshit. You were just... You were terrible. You were terrible. Let yourself down. And Larson picked up a thigh injury, which isn't good, so he's probably going to miss the Man United game. You weren't very good today. You weren't very good today. Let yourself down, deserve to come off. Let's see. Results sees drop out of European football qualifying place. Must be rather disappointed with that. A tough one to answer. Got every reason to believe we'll be back up there. We're really looking forward to working hard for the rest of the season in an effort to do just that. Don't think it really matters at this stage. So there we go, look. 1 shot on target, 6 all told to their 27 and 10. No wonder we lost. Elsewhere, Leicester drew 0-0. Chelsea, Palace drew 0-0. Bournemouth spanked Newcastle 4-1. It means we drop down to 8th now. And that's not good enough at all. So we've got another game to go, and it's going to be 2nd place Man United away from home. And I'm not looking forward to this. I'm regretting doing this, but we'll see what happens. And I'm going to jump over. I'm going to jump through all the stuff in the middle, and I will see you over there. So here we are then, guys, just ahead of our Friday night game against Manchester United, and there's some news to get through first before we come into all this. So firstly, Jordan Larson has a thigh strain. He's not going to be on the bench today. I'm not going to risk him, and yeah, I'm kind of disappointed. But you look at this. So it's 8.8 then, 6.4, 6.7, 6.5, So we had a pretty good game last time out when he came off the bench, but he's injured, so he's not going to play, and we're going to leave him out of there. Also, there is a player here on trial, Nelson de Arajau, whatever how you want to pronounce it. Looks like it could be okay. He's 18 years old. He was released from Nancy, whatever how you want to pronounce it. I'm not French. So I might sign him. I'm considering it. He's 6'2", and he's a forward. He can play in a poacher role or a target man, and he can also, at a stretch, go wing, but probably see him more as a striker. Potential 3-star ability, so not brilliant. But again, our under the 23s ain't very good, so maybe a little, some enforcements will help there. Back on the subject, Pau Lopez has returned from injury, so I'm actually going to put him on the bench for that one. And also Jack Van has returned from his dislocated jaw, but he isn't going to play, of course. Still too young. He's basically the last resort when it comes to defenders, even though we've not defended very well lately. But on the subject of not defending very well, I have made a change. And I decided to just, instead of playing Schaub and Mbappe right up here, I put them back here as basically just as wingers in the left and right midfield, rather than left and right wingers, out and out wingers. So hopefully that will give us a bit better shape defensively, and give the fullbacks maybe a little bit more support, because there are times when the fullbacks are a little bit isolated, they get pulled out of position, which opens up holes, and bad things happen. So this is also going to be the team that faces Manchester United. So Silvestri stays in goal, Berardi comes back in at right back because Faraoni had a terrible game against Arsenal. Amoru and Janssen in the centre of defence, DiMarco stays at left back, and then Mbappe, Hurricane, Mikel, Schaub, with Wood and Edouard up front. I've also got Kemal Roof on the bench, who possibly will come in and see some action depending on how things go. There's also Federico Ricci. Even though he had a good game last time out, I just don't think he's ready for this, and also he's not very good in that particular position there, the left midfield position, which is where I would play him. Dallas returns to the bench as well. Bridcourt, Xavi, Faraoni and Pau Lopez, which we've already mentioned. So that is basically the team. And it's as I said, it's a Friday night game. It's a big game for us, and considering we've lost the last 2 games, like I said, if we lose this one and we get hammered, it's going to be very, very difficult to pick them up. I did a little team meeting before this game to try and pick them up and get the morale up a little bit, and it seems to have worked. They've gone from being like yellows, okay, not okay, blah blah blah, up to being a lot better morale wise. So I'm going to jump into the game now, and I'll see you over there. So here we are then, guys. Few minutes from kickoff, and here are the lineup. So you know about ours already. I've made changes, but for Man United, David De Gea in goal, Darmian, Smalling, Bailey, whatever you want to call it, Blinder, is it Blinder? I think you pronounce it. Daily blind. He's blind on a daily basis. Mkhitaryan, Herrera, Pogba, Alba, Fellaini and Rashford playing in that area there. No Ibrahimovic, he's picked up a knock at the moment. I think there's still one player in their side that's still carrying a bit of a knock, so hopefully we can get a result here. Man United heavy favourites, but we need to break this run of defeats. It's not an ideal place to come when you want to break a run of defeats, but you never know. We surprised ourselves against Chelsea away, so maybe we can take it to them as we get things kicked off. Here's Janssen to Mikel. Hurricane looking for Wood. Wood does well. Here's Schaub. Can he provide some? No, he just trips over his own shoelaces. Well done. So, very, very dull first half. We've got a couple of minutes left, and it's a first proper highlight, I think. Here's Hurricane to Edouard. Goes back to Mikel. Here's Wood to Edouard again. Is he going to have a shot? He is, and it's high and wide. And that's our first shot of the game. And it was a terrible one. So there's half time, and well, we've had one shot and it was terrible, and it was the one you just saw. So yeah, we're gonna have to improve. Come on, keep going. And we can still win tonight. And we're just going to give each department a bit of a pep talk. and hopefully we can get a result here, because Wood and Edouard probably feeding off scraps, haven't had much. Mikel's not having a good game. Defensively, we don't look too bad. Silvestri's having a pretty good game. So we've got 45 minutes to maybe get a result here. I'll take a draw. I'd be happy with a draw here. So let's see what happens as Man United get us kicked off for the second half. Hopefully it's a nothing highlight, unless it's for us, of course, in which case I want a goal. Here's Edouard. Where's the support? Where's the support? Where's the support? No support. So, about 10 minutes of the half gone, and here's a proper highlight for us. Amoru, get a cross in. Shall finish it. Janssen! Oh no! Oh god damn you fuckers! And now we're going to get caught on the break, and it's 3-on-2, and we're in trouble. We're in a lot of trouble right now. It's Alba, and Berardi saves us. Oh. Okay, so I'm going to make changes following that, because Chris Wood's not having a good game. So I'm going to bring Kemar Roof in, and I'm going to play him as a complete forward. We'll leave him as support for the time being. I might change it a little bit later, but the next possible candidate to come off may be Mikel, because he's not having a brilliant game. And in which case I'll bring Bridcut in to play that role as the, not a deep line playmaker, but a ball-winning midfielder maybe. So, yeah, we've had a really good chance. Kemar Roof on for Chris Wood. Got about half an hour left. So it's a corner for Man United. It comes in at the near post. Oh, for fuck's sake, that near post again. Every time the near post. It's just this area. There's just no one ever marking whoever runs in there. They're just so easy. Look. There's no one within fucking 5 yards of him. That's terrible. And what were you doing on the post? That's simple. Just clear it. Man United 1, Leeds 0. It looks like 3 defeats on the bounce. Okay, so I'm going to make my next change, and as I said previously, Bridcut's going to come on and he's going to play that ball-winning midfielder. And who else could possibly come off who's not having a very good game today? I might bring... I'll bring Ricky on for Edouard, and because the coaches keep telling me that Schaub can play up here, so we're going to play him as a complete forward in attack. We've got 2 complete forwards and we've got 1 in support, and we'll see what that can do for us. Maybe we can find a way back in, but that's our last substitution. Ricky on for Edouard, and then Ricky going to the left of midfield and Schaub going up front. So we've got about 10 minutes left, and Man United are throwing in a dangerous area. That's gone out, ref! Are you kidding me? That had gone out! It was clearly out! Don't. Fuck you. Fuck you. That had gone out. Are you... Oh, come off it. Give me a break. That's not fair. Is it just my eyes? But that ball looked out by a long way, and then Lyons was right there. It's like, nah. There's a hair on the ball that's keeping it in. Oh, fucking 2-0. Yeah, it's just... everything's gone against us today. I can't get the rub of the green. So we've got about 2 minutes left, that I've shifted us to an attacking mentality to see if we can't maybe just get something out of this. There's a ball over the top looking for Schaub, but it's terrible. It's not going to get there. Man United are going to come at us again. Oh, I'm not looking forward to what's about to happen, because I think they're going to score. I'm fairly certain they're going to score. Oh, no, Bridcut saved it. Schaub to Roof. Come on, can we get a goal? Just a goal, that's all I want. No, of course not. Why would we have a goal? Why? We're coming to the end of this. 2 minutes of added on time. It's a throw-in. How has it got all the way there? Fuck off. How has that throw got all the way there and he just landed to him with no one around him? Man United 3, Leeds 0, and we have been absolutely garbage today. 2 shots on target the whole game. Look, just... And then what are you doing? Why are you backing off him? Get in his face! Punch him! Bite him! Kill him! I don't care! And then, oh, Silvestri, it's pretty much right down your throat. Why are you just diving mid-air? This ain't the fucking Matrix. Terrible end to the episode. I mean, let's be honest, it's been a terrible episode all round. We lost to Crystal Palace, we lost to Arsenal, and now we lost to Man United. Just, don't be harsh on the players after that. The result wasn't ideal, but we played very... No, we didn't play very well. Stop mummy them fuckers. They're grown men. They don't need you fucking chasing behind them, wiping their arse and kissing the boo-boos. There was shit. There was shit all round. The only way you would see more shit is if you went and took a turd and then just stared at what you left in the bowl for half an hour. That's the only way you'd see more shit than what you've just seen today. That result was obviously a disappointment. What did you make of your team's performance? Well, it was shit today. As you can see, 56% possession, 24 shots, and we had 8 and 2 on target. And that means we're stuck in 8th position. 3 straight defeats. And we've, conceded 7 goals, scored 1 in the last 3 games. Not good enough at all. So, what will we come back to next? I don't know, it's a tough one because we've got Burnley, we've got the League Cup. I'm not going to come back to the League Cup. I'm thinking possibly either West Brom or Newcastle because they're going to be tough games. West Brom especially because it's away from home, and Newcastle because they've turned us over twice during this save. So I want a bit of revenge there. So, I don't know, shall we go for the revenge? Or maybe Liverpool away? No, I don't want to give... I don't want to have to live come another thumping away from home against one of the big guns. So, yeah, we'll do Newcastle. The next episode, the live com game is going to be Newcastle at home. So we'll have highlights from Burnley, Newcastle in the League Cup at home, Liverpool and West Brom. So that's the episode. So thank you everybody so much for watching. If you did enjoy this terrible display of football, then please hit that like button or something, or the dislike button. They're basically the same thing, and I won't mind it if you dislike this episode because we were shit today, absolutely crap. So yeah, I mean after that 4-0 win, you'd think maybe we'd kick on, maybe we'd crack on. No, extra no. So yeah, there we go. So thank you for watching. Hit like, hit subscribe, stay cool, and as always, I will catch you on the flip side, where hopefully better results await. Peace.